Good evening, everyone. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals IGP Bangladesh. Greetings from the Institute of Global Professionals IGP Bangladesh. Thank you all for joining us and staying with us till the end. Honorable knowledge seekers, today I am your host for the evening. My name is Oitra Boshak and I am from Bangladesh. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, I am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. IGP is a social and ISO certified international training institute. In last 3 years, we already served 3 million knowledge seekers from 100 plus countries. IGP is internationally recognized and globally accredited. We are connected to more than 200 plus professionals and 4,500 plus organizations. Institute of Global Professionals (IGP) is the training faculty for skill development which was founded in 2020 and is generating competent candidates to meet demand in the global labor market by providing social qualifications. The Institute of Global Professionals is an educational institute that provides social work globally recognized and reputable. We serve students and community resource providing holistic social work and education. We believe that it's not effective to increase one's skill just by acquiring formal education. So we provide effective training all consult- consultation to generate proficient generation all over the world. We distribute the service locally, nationally and internationally to students, job seekers, job holders, and also for learners, though respective campus location and distance learning platform. We are an occupational and dependable institution. IGP is one of the famous online institute all over the world. Our vision is education is not a business product, it's a part of our human rights. Based on our vision, we are trying to reach all corners of the world for free webinars, seminars, courses, award, quiz competition, mentoring, and counseling, etc. On the other side, we also trying to serve more than 100 premium service for free, like create own portfolio website, resume builder, cover letter, motivation letter, and world knowledge platform for gathering general knowledge which can update all day. Kids learn games, website free courses, convert sites, and many more. We help to empower youth to learn to meet their expectations and dreams and become highly skilled people. We implement several training programs, webinars, and offline online courses for youth and learners by professionals, trainers, speakers, and coaches. Our sessions are conducted by globally renowned professionals to develop all kinds of youth and to promote the education to their abilities and personalities. To ensure an in-depth instruction, we arranged with qualified trainers, speakers, and instructors. We extended free service to more than 3 million knowledge seekers in the last 3 years. We have affiliations with universities and organizations in 70 different countries. Virtual mouse signing with many colleges and organizations have been accomplished. We are working to create a legendary generation to future scholars and citizens who will be accountable. We are constantly prepared to assist all knowledge seekers with valuable service. Spreading knowledge is crucial for the Institute of Global Professionals. We believe that knowledge is love, light, and vision. So we try to understand the needs of today's generation and will serve them with good research and practiced method. We must have a genuine concern for learners and represent more diversity, growth, and innovation, and required to lead a session with personalism, passion, and integrity. IG members are committed to offering effective, best quality service and continual improvement so that individual who seeks information can improve their skill and levels and values. Before we move to the next, let me remind you, don't forget share, tag and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Before we move to the next, let me remind you, don't forget to share, tag and mention your friend in the comment box. Your support is very valuable to us. Thank you. Moving to the next, with your continuous support, we already completed 1280 webinars successfully. Wow. Moving to the next. With your continuous support, we already completed 1280 webinars successfully. Wow. At present, we are going to start our 1281 program's name is How to Write Object with Research. And today our speakers, Ma'am Dr. Namara Munir from Pakistan. Before I hand over the stage to Ma'am, one share a little bit about our speaker. She is an assistant professor of education, University of Education from Pakistan. Now, important moment for me. Invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Now, important part for me. Invite our speaker to IGP with her presentation. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. What about you, ma'am?
I'm also fine. Thank you for that.
On behalf of IGP Knowledge Seekers, want to share from you about you, ma'am. Please tell.
My name is Dr. Namra Munir. I'm assistant professor of education and I'm related with the education field last 15 years. And my life is research and teaching. That's my introduction.
Now the stage is your, ma'am. Over to
Thank you.
over to you.
You have to play my slides. You know that?
Okay, ma'am.
Or you
Yes,
have?
ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Today is my topic is how to write the research objectives. Actually, if I say that formulation of research objectives or write down the research objectives, actually, if I say that the research is, for example, research is the elephant. Always used to say to my students that if you are conducting a research, the research you think about that the research is an example of an elephant. How huge it is, how big it is, and how beautiful elephant is. Same like that. If you select that topic, it mean the you cover the nose of the research, the big thing, how big the nose of the elephant is. That's the as it is to selecting of the research topic, on which topic you have to write down your research. The problem of the statement, the statement of the problem, or your thesis topic, your research topic, to selecting the problem of statement is a very difficult thing. If you select your topic, many sources you can use to selecting your topic: review of related literature, surroundings of your life, workplace, or your observation, newspapers, media, books, journals, articles, even thesis. In the end of the thesis, recommendations are given. You can select your research topic from there, but keep in your mind, always select your topic on your own. Always students, I'm related to the university life. Always used to conduct the research, and I'm the in charge of research in my university. That's why I always, students always used to say that, ma'am, please give me the topic. It's not the proper way to take the research objectives. Research is your activity. It's an activity. It's a personal activity. It's your personal interest activity. If you take the objectives from your interest, and you take your own research area, on your interest research area, you select that, you will enjoy the whole process to conducting the research. If you taking the title from other person, maybe the title is not matching with your personality, with your thinking, that then you maybe face many problems. That's why I suggest you select your topic at your own. If you select the topic, it mean you cover the nose of the elephant. And the formulation of research objective is the backbone of your research. Your research is a process, which is it's a process. It's not only the process, it's the scientific process. You have steps, categories, you have steps, different steps. On first step, second step, third step, fourth, fifth, seven, eight, onwards that. You don't skip any single step in this. Each and every step have the synchronization with the back steps and the onward steps. All system is synchronized, then your research will be completed successfully. The formulation of the research objectives actually is the backbone. I already said that the backbone of the elephant. If you give the example of the elephant of research, you take the example that your research is the elephant, then the backbone of the elephant is the objectives of research. Actually, your objective of the research is structure on which you stand your research, whole research. Your topic reflects from objectives. If you read the literature, definitely you keep the objectives of the research in your mind. Then you read the review of related literature, and if you select the instrument of the research, then you also keep in your mind that what are the objectives of your research, and you make the research objectives research instrument to attain that objectives which you frame at the first stage. And if you analyze your collected data, when you develop your instrument under the umbrella of your objectives, and then you go in the field and select the research data, you analyze that data, collected data, under the umbrella of your objectives. And and you draw on your results from your data analysis, then you definitely compare that which objectives you achieve and which objectives you are not achieved. Is simple is that. In shorter term, if I said that the formulation of research objective is very important. It's no, it doesn't mean that the other steps are not important. Actually, each and every step of the research is very important and have the equal importance. And when you select the topic, when when you start the process, when you enter in the research process, then when you selecting the topic, it means that you are on the difficult stage, that you are selecting a topic. When you discover that stage, it means that you are entering next difficult stage. And when you overcome or completed that stage, then you enter in a third difficult stage. Actually, when you are done it, it's in first time, maybe it will be difficult. But when you entered in different times, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time, then you enjoy these stages. You really, really love these stages. Actually, is as this example is that same as you did mathematics example. If you know mathematics formulas from giving the formulas, and you know how you answer these questions and solve these questions, this means you enjoy the mathematics. And mathematics is not difficult, but who not understand the mm, terms of mathematics and different formulas and different queries and different problems, they facing many problems in solving the mathematics questions. Same is the research. Research is a practical thing. If you develop, first of all, if you able to develop the understanding of your topic, then you become more easy and more enthusiastic to complete your research. Actually, didn't research is a continuous process, is a systematic process. Each and every step must be synchronized with all steps. And if you have no interest in research, please don't go to conduct the research. I advise you, please don't go for the research. First of all, develop your knowledge, develop your interest in research, then you adopt for the research. Actually, in the future is based on research. Research is very, very important subject. If once you develop your research interest, no one can stop you to success in your life. You can achieve everything which is your in your mind through research. So come for the forward to our topic, formulation of research objectives. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Characteristics of objectives. Specific. Keep on your mind that your objective must be specific, specifically related with your topic. Preciously, what do you intend to accomplish? Actually, objectives mean you set your target. You draw your road map. So these specific important points indicate the relevance and importance, measurable. But and when you write down your objectives, keep in your mind that objectives must be measurable and practical. What would you measure? And solution to the problem. What is and related to the with your problem mean the statement of the problem, the topic of your research is related to the topic of your research. Next slide, please. Realistic, feasible, evaluation. Realistic, actually realistic mean be realistic. Keep in your mind your sources, your time frame, your available sources and resources. Keep in your mind, be realistic for being that what are your sources and what are the available resources you have and which time frame you have to complete that research. Keep in your mind, be realistic. Feasible, be flexible about your objective. Don't be stuck and stubborn and stick that must be attain this one. Be relaxed, flexible, feasible. And feasible mean you write down in one objective only one target you set, and that target must be feasible. And evaluation, what target you set, that target is realistic, feasible, and must be evaluated. And you keep in your mind which objective you set or write. You have to get these objectives calculated through data analysis, through conclusions. You have to write down the you have to achieve your objectives. Positive or negative results doesn't matter, but you have to clarify that evaluation must be input, that the results must be drawn from your objectives. Next slide. Research objectives are the goals that we set in our study that we want to achieve in our study. Understood that the research objectives are that goals which we set to achieve at the end of the study. Informs the readers what we want to research and how far we want to go. Actually, it's the summary of your research. When the other researcher or other readers read your articles or thesis or dissertation or research work, they know what you want to get from this, what is the roadmap of your research. Informs the readers about the scope and extent of the study. Definitely, your objectives fix your scopes. Actually, research objectives give the direction of the research. It's indicate, give the direction to selecting the instrument of the research. It's give the direction to analysis of the data for the collection of the data, and it's give the direction who was the population of your research, and how from which you get your data. All each and everything is clear from your objectives. Summarize what is to be achieved in the study. Actually, it's giving objectives are the, as I told before, that objectives are the backbone of the study, is the structure of the study, is the base of the study. Actually, when you, if you construct a home, you draw a map from, there is drawing room, there is lawn, there is kitchen, how many bedrooms, how many washrooms, how many living rooms, lobby, etc., etc. You set at the map, on the time of drawing the map as it is. You set each and everything when you write down the objective of the study. That's why it give the scope of the research, it indicate the scope of the results, it give the summary of the research, and is the inform the readers where you want to go and what you want to study in your research. Next slide, please. Keep in your mind that your each and every objective must be clear. Clarity in the main focus, which means the wording should have to be very clear and well defined. Don't use difficult words. Always use simple, shorter, and easiest one. Avoid complexity in wording. Need to look at the objective to make several decisions about the research. You have to need the look at the objectives, which are the several decisions. Keep in your mind must be only one target in one objective. You have to write down the only one thing in one objective, what you want to find out. Don't do for the two or three or four things in one objective. It's not a good thing. Clarity about the focus, be focused, be clear, and well defined, and always use intro, not only in the writing of the objectives. I suggest you throughout your research, don't use complex wording, don't use difficult wording, don't use modern language and literature language. Simple wording, easy wording, which each and every reader can understand it. Actually, there are many problems occurs if you use difficult wording and complex wording. Maybe in your mind the meaning of that word is different, and the reader or the researcher or your sample size from which you get the data understand the different meaning. That's why your results can be different. That's why we say that always we focus that the clear wording and simple wording use. Next slide, please. Complete. Each phase should have a sense of completeness. It is necessary because we can be able to decide the extent of the research. Complete research objectives should have information about the population to be studied. Each and every objective must be completed in every sense. If you see the sentences, it must be completed. If you think that able that it is not, because we are able to know that from which population you are getting the data, what you want to actually we discover from the basis of the objectives. That's why it should be completed in each and every angle. Next, please. Specific. Be specific. Don't go other terminologies or other things. Research objectives should specifically focus on the what, how, when, where question. Always use the active verbs and just to find out, to explore, to examine, to compare, to analysis. Use always use that type of words you when you write down the objective. Should specifically and focus what you want to know, how you want to know, when you want to know, where you want to know. Always keep in your mind that what you find out from this research, how you find out this research, when you find out from this research, where you find out from this research. Keep these questions in your mind, then write down the objectives of your this topic. Always keep in mind four things in your what, how, when, and where. What you want to find out from your research, how you find out your research, how you find out these things, and when you find out, and from where you find out these things. Keep in your mind and then write down the objectives. Be specific in 4 words. Yes, next slide, please. Next slide, please. Identify the main variables of the study. When you write down the objectives, keep in your mind there are maybe one variable, two, three, or four variable. Identify the main variables of the research. The researcher decided about the main variables of the study. The variables are the measurable concepts of quantities that will make defined. When your research variables are clear, you know that your variables are dependent variables or independent variables. Define that and clear about that about your variables, then you have to write down your objectives. First of all, you select your variables and clarify about your research topic and research variables. Next slide, please. Some research studies have hypotheses. Not every research have the hypothesis, but some researchers have the hypothesis. Actually, there are two different things in research we are using, a researcher using in this research questions or research hypothesis. Both are hypotheses and research questions are based on research objectives. Hypothesis actually is a tentative guess about the results. When you write down the objectives of the research, then you suppose, then you write the hypothesis of your research, and you suppose that maybe the results of your research is that, or research of the research is that. In hypothesis testing study, the researcher should define the direction in which he wants to test the variables. Done only in hypothesis testing studies. In other studies, the researchers only mention the variables. If you write down the variables and you specify and you clear about the variable, You are study in your study. If you write down the hypothesis, you write down the results, or and you test the variables results in your hypothesis. If you are not write down the hypothesis in your study, it doesn't make any difference in your study and any gap in your study if you are not writing the research hypothesis. Next step, please. Next slide, please. Questionnaire designing. When you write your objectives, you specify your questionnaire, your instrument. If you write the objective, there must be, if you write down the research questions instead of hypothesis. I'm giving two examples, research hypothesis and one for the research hypothesis. If you write down, if you go for the research objective, if you have three research objectives, you make three sections in your questionnaire. If you write the hypothesis, how many hypotheses you are writing in your research, you make the sections of the research design in the questionnaire design. That's one. Next slide, please. We want to take the purpose and break this down into several research objectives. This will lead us easily into writing questions. Brainstorming is a good way to do this. Actually, a statement of the problem is a target, and we break our target in the smaller things. One objective, two objective, three objective, four objective, five objective. We break it in, and we want to get our objective on the whole. If I make the five objectives, all five objectives are depends on my topic. For example, if my topic is I want to find out the role of a head teacher as a mentor at a secondary level schools. For example, my topic is this. My objective is find out the role of the head teacher as a mentor, and I read the literature review. What is mentor doing as a head? They play a role as a guide. They play a role as a lesson planner. They give guideline for classroom management, school students counseling, timetable making, and substitution allotment, and discipline maintaining and management of the class, and how to cover the syllabus, etc., etc. I will write the objectives. I will how if my topic is the role of a head teacher as a mentor, I want first of all enlist the role of the head teacher as a mentor at a secondary level. Find out the role of a head teacher as a timetable maker. Help out as a timetable maker. Find out the role of a head teacher as a facilitating in the classroom management for the teachers. Find out the role of a teacher for head teacher to giving the support to the teachers training, etc., etc. Actually, my every topic is the main theme and the objective in the shorter form, and all objectives gathered to get these statement of the problem. Next slide, please. Start with word like identify. Always use work. Always use these words: identify, describe, estimate, determine, develop, compare, analyze, collect, evaluate. To identify, to describe, to estimate, to determine, to develop, to compare, to analyze, to collect, to evaluate. Always use these terms. Starting. start from your the starting of your objective must be to identify this problem, to describe this, to estimate this, to determine this, and develop, compare, analyze, collecting, and evaluation. Always use these terms in your when you are writing your objective. Use these terms specifically, then your objective must be more stronger. Next slide, please. Example is that the CMS management is designing a questionnaire to determine CMS employees' satisfaction with the CMS canteen. Next, next slide, please. Actually, range of menu, CMS employees' satisfaction, determine how much CMS employees currently spend at the canteen, identify how satisfied CMS employees are with the canteen at the present time, estimate how many times per week each CMS employee used to go for the canteen. As determine, identify, estimated. I use this example to show you how we use these was determine, identify, estimated, compare, etc. Next slide, please. Thank you. Actually, this is all from my side. I just giving summary of my lecture in 2 minutes. I want 2 minutes more, not more than that. Actually, research objectives is the backbone of your research. Always focus that, keep in your mind the topic of your research, then write down the objectives of your research. And your objective must be clear, must be easy, must be specific, must be clearly, and don't use ambiguous wording, difficult wording, complex wording. Use simple wording and use these wording which are giving you, and keep in the core what you want to find out from your research, how you found out, where and whom you want to find it. Always keep this. Thank you very much. That's it for my side.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your rich content presentation, which can impact our knowledge seekers surely. After your presentation, I hope our knowledge seekers can learn something new, which was only our intention, ma'am. Learn and grow
Thank
together,
you.
I think, knowledge seekers, ma'am. Once again, thank you so much, dear ma'am, for your presentation.
Thank
Now it's time for our question and answer session, which is one more valuable part of our regular webinar. Honorable ma'am, please
you.
stay with us after a short video. We will be back in our session
Okay.
part 2, which is the question answer part, ma'am.
Question answer. Okay.
Okay. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speakers. Thank you. After question answer, we have webinar certification and online quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speakers. Thank you. After question answer, we have webinars, certifications, and online quiz competition. welcome back. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question in the comment box as much as you want to know from our speakers. Thank you. Welcome, ma'am. Again,
Thank you.
dear IGP knowledge seekers, please ask your question. Our speaker is waiting for you. Our first question is, ma'am, Hannah. Good evening, ma'am. What's the difference between a research study with a hypo
Hypothesis.
and a study without a hypothesis? May you give us an example for both? Thank you, ma'am, in advance.
Hannah Okota. Good evening. Actually, always there is no difference in hypothesis research and with hypothesis research. Actually, usually hypotheses are using researchers used to write an experimental research. When you are conducting the experimental research, pre-test, post-test experimental research, then you write down the hypothesis. Tentatively you guess that your experiment's results may be that this, maybe that, or maybe that. And if you are conducting or write down the survey research, you are writing the research questions. The difference, I giving the whole lecture on how to write the hypothesis and how to write the research question. It's a huge discussion, not explaining in this. The shorter answer is that in experimental research, you have to write down the research hypothesis, and in survey research, you are writing the research questions.
Thank you, ma'am, for your answer. And our second question is, good evening, ma'am. From Evelyn, good evening, ma'am. What is the difference between research objective and purpose? Thank you, ma'am.
You are using two different terminology. Good evening, Evelyn and purpose. We are using some research papers you are using the research purpose, and some you are used to write down the research objective. There is no main difference in this. Actually, some researchers write down the main objectives, general objectives, and specific objectives. Some are used to write down the main objective. Some are used to write down the purpose of the research, and some are used to write down the objectives of the research. There is no huge difference in this.
Please, IGP knowledge seekers, ask your question in the comment box. Our speaker is waiting for your question.
You can ask any question related to the research, not specifically on this topic. Ask question. Questioning is very healthy thing. If you want to learn, you have to ask the questions. Develop your habits asking questions. Where there is learning takes place, there is raising many questions. If you don't understand anything, you are not asking any question. Please ask questions. Which is your raising in your mind related to the research? You can ask frankly, friendly.
IGP knowledge seekers, ask your question in the comment box. Ma'am, I hope you covered full topics and you covered full. Ma'am, wait some minutes.
Okay.
Mhm. For question. IGP knowledge seekers, ask your question first.
Please,
Our
listeners, ask
speaker
questions
is
related to
waiting.
the research, not specifically on this topic. You can ask question any about the research. Any question related to the research you can ask him. It's a very good platform. We are giving you free of cost this opportunity throughout from all the world with best speakers selecting here and giving you the lectures and giving you time. Learn from here and share your knowledge and seek and provide feed your knowledge. Don't shy. If you have any query, you can solve here. I think at least though two ways that no one understand from my lecture or everything. Oh, one question is okay. Good evening, Adi. Meet. Good evening. Actually, I am Adi Hussain, research scholars. Good for descriptive analysis. Which type of hypothesis should be formulated? Actually, it's your interest and it depends on your objectives, but the I always used to write or like the null hypothesis. Why I like this null hypothesis? Actually, null hypothesis is easy to run and easy to analyze. Actually, null hypothesis, you have the results of there is no relationship between two variables, but in the end automatically there must be a relationship between two variables, and the null hypothesis is rejected and alternative hypothesis is accepted. I suggest you write down null hypothesis.
Thank you, ma'am, for your answer. IGB knowledge seekers, ask your question in the comment box. Our speaker is waiting for your question and solve your question. Ma'am, I hope you cover full topic and you cover full questions.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye from my
Once
side.
again, once again, thank you so much, Honorable Ma'am,
You're
for your
welcome.
IGP. We have learned a
You're
lot
welcome.
from you with new topics. It will add
So
some
nice.
values to our day-to-day activity along with our academic and professional growth, ma'am. Honorable ma'am, hope to see you again with a new topic and a new date. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Vita. Bye. Good evening. Bye.
IGB knowledge seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process and the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification. IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the webinar certification process, the most attractive and powerful part of our regular webinar. After a short video, we will start our webinar certification. After webinar certification, we have an online quiz competition and quiz certification process. Thank you. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, today's our some technical problems we cannot share our certificate code. We provide our certificate code in a short time. Thank you. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, today's our some technical problems we cannot share our certificate code. We provide our certificate code in a short time. Thank you. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, it's time for the most engaging part of this webinar, which is an online quiz competition, which is our regular webinar activity. On now, time for the online quiz competition to join with us. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. Now, time for the online quiz competition. To join the online quiz competition properly, please follow my instruction carefully. First of all, you have to go www.slido.com and find today's quiz or scan this QR code for direct joining. And the code is global IGP. And the code is global IGP. After a short video, we will start our quiz competition. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, join in Slido with code and the code is global IGP. Dear IGP knowledge seekers, join in Slido with code and the code is global IGP. Please IGP knowledge seekers, please IGP knowledge seekers, join in Slido with code and the code is global IGP. Join in Slido with code and the code is global IGP. Already 34% people join with us. Our first question is, how do you write strong objective? First option is by using smart criteria, and second option is by asking your boss for help. First option is the right answer, and 100% people are right. Move to the second question. Second question is research objectives. first option is the are dreams created to find in info to solve the problem, and second option is reflect the start team making goals of the organizations. The dreams created to find info to solve the problem is the right answer, and 84% people are right. Move to the next question. Our third question is how many EC can I get for my internship? First option is 20 with a sufficient, and second option is between 15 to 20 EC depending on my grade. 20 with a sufficient is the right answer, and 34% people are right. Move to the next question. Our fourth long question is during internship one, I have to write a research proposal. True or false? First option is true, or second option is false. False is the right answer, and 27% people are right. Our fifth long question is general knowledge. How many plays did speakers write? First option is 36, and second option is 37. Speaker 37 is the right answer, and 28% people are right. Moving to the next question, our eighth question is no original research is required for your campaigning project. Is it true or false? Is it true or false? True is the right answer, and 30% people are right. Moving to the seventh question, which would be an apprecious engage and which would be an apprecious কি লিখছে তো? বুঝতেছি না যে for assessing how well students can integrate evidence into a argument. First option is speech, and second option is debate. Debate is the right answer, and 88% people are right. Moving to the next question, our eighth question is objectives described the process of instruction. Instruction. First option is true, and second option is false. Is it true or false? False is the right answer, and 38% people are right. Moving to the ninth question, small small group guides be a moderator for a purpose of gaining information relevant to the research problem is called. First option is a focus group, and second option is a date. A focus group is the right answer and 84% people are right. Moving to the next question. Our final question in this session is: you do not need insurance for your business. Is it true or false? Question is: you do not need insurance for your business. First option is true and second option is false. False is the right answer and 91% people are right. Congratulations to our winners, online quiz competition winners top 10. Congratulations again. Slido will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our official Facebook page and groups. The official Facebook page and groups name is Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our webinars online quiz competition winners top 10. Congratulations again. Slide will take a few minutes for finalizing the result, and after that we will issue our online quiz competition certificate on our official Facebook page and groups. And the official Facebook page and groups name is Institute of Global Professionals. Congratulations to our webinars online quiz competition winners top 10. Congratulations, second slide will take a few minutes for finalizing the result. And after that, we will issue our online quiz competition certificates on our official Facebook page and groups, Institute of Global Professionals. At the end moment of our session, we can say properly feed your skills. Never stop learning because life never stop teaching us. Be happy and stay safe. See you again and again. We want to participation in every program. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not a people or things. Albert Einstein. Before I say or hit the end live button again, wants to thanks to all IGB knowledge seekers for your active participation as always. See you in the next session. Thank you.